He's right on your Tim.
Yeah, I
got to make my
go back to
site.
that.
Came to Mount Holly's Millrace Village. Go to 7 Church Street. Enter Salon Rock Paper Scissors. Agent, you copy.
Welcome to Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Harry, I need something drastic.
Have a seat.
Looking for something new? Rock, Paper, Scissors will create a look for you. A Paul Mitchell-focused salon, we are a fusion of excellent customer service, art, music, fashion, and cutting-edge hair. Treat yourself to something that you just can't wait to show off.
Excuse me, have you ladies seen a tall blonde?
No, but would you start on short brunette?
Sure, I guess.
Are you going to stay all day, or are you going to buy me a drink?
Agent. Come in, agent. Book your appointment today by going to salonrockpaperscissors.com. Call 609-288-6160 and have hair that rocks.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back with HeBe Live. I couldn't see the light because I wasn't looking at it. So now I looked at it and Kimmi said, we're back. And then I looked at it and I said,
Well,
oh,
I was
we're
looking
back.
at you, but you weren't paying attention, so I figured, well, you know, I might as
I'm a
well.
little distracted tonight, but we'll get
You
through
are
this.
distracted. You're not feeling good, and I really do, really, really do hope Lauren's okay.
Me too.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, at least I don't have what she has right now. That wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
I'd have a bag up here, I think.
Oh, God, you just had a blues burger.
No, that was the best thing
Well,
I've
the
ever
burger's
eaten
not going to
in my
make you.
entire life.
You know, the burger's not going to make you sick. It's, you know, if you don't feel good.
No, stomach fire is never fun, especially when it
Oh,
like.
God.
No, see, she had a similar problem when she was pregnant. She was sick the whole 9 months. The only thing she could eat was Stouffer's French bread pizza. That was it. That's all she could eat.
Wow.
Yeah.
You would think that would make, like, upset you even more. Like, I can't.
I figure I was at my healthiest. The 10 years I ate oodles and noodles and,
Yeah.
and ate Ilios
Yeah.
and drank beer. And then
Right.
once I cut all that stuff out, everything went down.
Right. My skinniest was when I was on the caffeine and nicotine diet.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, onward. We're here with Ripped, right?
Yep.
And to my left is
Brian.
And to my right is.
I'm Steve Keller. That's Brian McGee. And thanks for having us.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming in.
Steve is the one that when you're like on Facebook or he's doing anything, he's got the Backstage Barbecue logo as his profile pic.
Oh.
And I'm like, what's Backstage saying? What's Backstage saying? And it's you. It's fun. It's really cool.
Is that just to promote the show?
Well, yeah, the most important gig is the next one.
Is the next one?
And that's this week, yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming here as a full band on Saturday night.
On Saturday night.
And, Brian took the train and he had a lot of hustling to do to get here from North Jersey.
There's also
I
a car show going on
appreciate
Saturday, so it's good. Mount Holly's going to be hopping.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time. I wasn't even aware of that big Saturday going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time that ends and when your gig starts, but you could have some
Yeah, a
trickle
little
in
over.
effect.
I know.
That's kind of
Do
cool.
you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me. I don't know anything.
12
See,
to 9.
She does the research and I just show up.
12 to
you know.
9, and we're playing,
Not cheat on
I
her
assume
notes.
at like 9 o'clock or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's 12 to 9. They'll have live bands out and, you know, shake a vet's hand,
That's awesome
say
because there's
thanks.
still going to be people
And,
just milling
yep.
around Mill
Yeah.
Street.
They'll be
next to
hungry
you.
by then. They'll come in.
Sure.
Yeah. They want to eat and hear some rock and roll.
Yeah, well, we'll provide the food and the entertainment here.
You provide the food too?
No, but we're here for
Oh, okay.
food.
I was going to say, you're bringing food?
No,
You
I'm
bring
buying
your own
food.
beer or wine, but not food.
No.
You can't bring your own food.
No, I come
It's
here
not like a
to-
movie theater where you sneak in your own popcorn. Okay?
No.
Who sneaks popcorn?
My
in?
mom used to do that.
What?
She used to bring her purse.
Like that's the whole
She would
experience.
bring.
I need the.
No. She would bring
I
in
need the trailers. and
like
the
a
popcorn.
bags of popcorn in her purse, a couple chocolate bars, and like some bottles
Oh
of
yeah,
soda.
I sneak my own M&Ms.
Because it was even back then, like in the ancient days, it was too expensive to bring your whole family to the movies.
Oh,
And it was
God.
only $2.
Yeah, it was only $2 to get in.
Yeah.
And the popcorn was like $1.50, but still, that's $1.50. That's
I am
just bringing
definitely
people
not-
later.
The movie was free.
Yeah.
What's it? I think I went the last time. It was $26 for just me and Paul.
What?
$26
That's why I
just to
stopped.
get in.
I boycott movies. I'll wait till they
No,
come
we're
on.
gonna go definitely see The Hangover 3 and
Oh, please.
the
Really?
Vince Vaughn. Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Oy vey.
Come
What the
on.
heck?
I like that.
Luke got looped in.
Whatever.
Sequels.
So
So-
anyway, Saturday, yes, they're gonna have live music, and then everybody's gonna come in. You guys are gonna go on, and
That's
Now,
right.
now you
continue the
mentioned
party.
that there's a full band.
Yeah,
Who
we're a
are we
five-piece.
missing?
We're missing Jack France. He is our Timothy B. Smith. He's the bass player, and he sings like a bird.
You're missing Jack.
You're missing Jack. We're missing Jeff Kelly, who plays the drums.
Is he related?
He's not. I'm
You're
Keller.
Keller.
He's Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah. We were probably related way back 2,000 years.
Okay, and who else?
And Steve Szynski's the lead vocalist. So if I screw any vocals up, it's his fault.
So
I wrote this stuff. I hope I remember it.
He was supposed to be here originally.
yeah. See now, this is an interesting thing because your lead singer couldn't even. What and do they all have good excuses for not being here?
Yeah, it's basically we're really spread out. We're not just like a local band that grew
Right.
up here. You know what I mean? We're old. We've all married, moved, bought houses, have careers, and got divorced and lost our houses and our careers. You know, so
Come full circle. Now you're back in
It's
the
a common
band.
story. Or
yeah. But so yeah, we're just all over the place. Jack's doing an overnight run to Connecticut tonight. Jeff is another guy we
The
both
truck driver.
yeah
Okay.
doing an overnight run, and it's just everybody's really far. And no matter where we play, somebody's traveling. It's usually me. When we do New York City, I'm doing all the
Well,
rides.
because I can relate to you guys, I might forego the normal rule of thumb, which is Jack, Jeff, and Steve don't get paid Saturday night. Okay, so you guys get to split all the booty.
He has
Well, you know,
absolutely
we've
nothing
already
to do with
earned
Saturday
places.
nights.
What's that?
You have absolutely nothing
I
to
know,
do
I have
with
no
the
control over Saturday night at all.
No.
You guys split the money how you want. But
Just a
if it was
suggestion.
if it was my kingdom, if it was my domain, only you two get paid
Now
because
you'll be
you actually
punished.
did the footwork and made sure you were here.
Yeah.
And I understand.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's actually I've formed this band. Actually, Brian's been with me since the second gig when we were kids. I met him at a bar, and
So dare I ask how long the band's been together?
well, you know, this is the first go round. We're talking around 1989-90.
Okay.
I ran into Brian, and we'd only done one show, and we had mutual friends, and we both loved Deep Purple and Alice
Nice.
Cooper and Kiss, and we were talking at the bar. I already knew of him. I think he knew of me, but I don't know. And when I told him about the new band, or Ripped, he was intrigued because we were doing all these covers that he loved, but not the hits. We would do like Alice Cooper, Desperado, Deep Purple, Maybe I'm a Leo. It's like,
Right.
really? It's like, yeah, Kiss,
Yeah.
Parasite. What?
Space trucking. Come on, man.
Exactly. It's like, who needs Smoke on the Water, man? That's where you
Well, see,
start.
you know, that's funny that you say that because we do this thing called In the Groove, right?
Mhm.
It's usually at 9 o'clock. And the first album I brought in was Machine Head.
Yeah.
And I brought it in, and because it was the first album I ever owned, because my older brother gave it to me because Smoke on the Water had a skip, or a really bad skip. You couldn't even put a quarter on it and have it go through.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Remember that? You used to
Yeah.
like stack quarters on the damn thing and have maybe muscles do that groove.
Read
that
it down a
scratch.
little. Yeah.
I wasn't allowed
Well,
to play the
so
record player.
we played the entire thing except for Smoke on the Water, because and I mentioned that I like all the other songs better. I mean, Smoke on the Water, yeah, it's classic. But
It's fine. Great
it's
lyric.
the only one you ever hear.
Mhm.
Either that or
Highway
My
Star
Woman
gets
from
a lot.
Tokyo.
Yeah, but that was from.
Highway Star is an awesome song.
Yeah, that was from Who Do We Think We Are?
Space Truck, maybe a Leo is one of my favorites.
Maybe I'm a Leo.
That
yeah.
groove is just
Mhm.
downright badass.
Uh,
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
really fun
Yeah.
stuff.
But so I mean that's why we can relate. But
Yeah.
but that's funny that you mentioned that because that is the first album I brought in
So.
to actually play with the needle, the
Mhm.
analog to the digital world. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's kind of a fun.
I miss
thing.
records, man. It's all about the album cover art.
Some of it was yeah,
You know?
but it's also about the ambiance of it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I have Rubber Soul
Uh-huh.
on vinyl, and it's got a false start to I'm Looking Through You that isn't on the digital release.
And it
then
should
there's a
be.
bunch of other songs on the digital release that weren't on Rubber Soul,
Mhm.
and that kind of bothered me when I first.
Well, yeah, because the track listing's really important.
Yeah,
It's just
That's
really
how they put
important.
it together.
It doesn't matter if it's a 28-minute album or a
I'd rather have a
37-minute
28-minute
album.
CD than an
Mhm.
hour and a half CD with songs that weren't supposed
All
to be.
filler, all garbage. You
Yeah,
know?
well, no, there's no
Well,
filler.
no,
or
no,
garbage
but
with
I'm
the
just
Beatles.
saying.
Come on now.
No, I don't mean Beatles. I'm
No, wait a
talking about
second.
bands in general.
Yeah.
They just think,
I'm
you
gonna
know
defend
what?
my Beatles, damn it.
I can fit 80 minutes on this disc. I gotta cram it.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you
I know what you
don't.
mean. I know what
You
you
know,
mean.
I mean, I spend hours. Brian could probably tell you because he
Oh, yeah.
hears it. I spend so much time tracking. You know, but once we record this stuff, I already have an idea how it begins, the middle, and the end. But there's always the middle where I want it to flow right,
Mhm.
and I spend countless hours doing that stuff.
Now, do you have an album out? Or
Oh
is it
yeah,
something
we
that-
just released our second album. It's called King of the World.
And where can people get that?
They can get that. It's on iTunes. King of
Okay.
the World. Rip. The self-title is 2010. Also on iTunes and CD Baby /Ripped one.
Yeah, have people go to CD Baby because they pay more.
What's that?
CD Baby
The
pays
CD
more
Baby,
than
Baby
yeah.
pays better, and I'll be honest with you, I'd rather you go to CD Baby or pick it up at a show because you get the album cover art. We
Yeah.
didn't just slap it in a cardboard sleeve. I mean, it's a booklet, it opens up, it's got the artwork inside, it's liner notes, some song lyric selections. Kids don't seem to care anymore, but that was really important stuff. You know, with
Yeah,
schools
everything's at
out
the
there-
touch of it, but you know,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
your thumb.
That's great. You sell an MP3, but it's almost like it's intangible.
They don't know what it's like to have a record player that doesn't have a needle.
See,
You gotta get the needle.
I have an affinity for
It's like, ah.
antiquities, and I mean, I have an actual rotary phone,
Mhm.
right? Still, and it still works. And I brought it out, and I'm engaged to this beautiful girl who's got 2 kids, and they're teenagers, and they're looking at it like it's from fucking outer space, you know. And I'm like, do you even
So
know what
that
that
it
is? And
is.
they're like, no, what is that?
It's amazing.
I'm like, it's a phone, man. He's like, what? How do you dial it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, you put your finger in the hole and you twist. And we used to always hate people with 9s or 0s in their phone number.
No, God forbid you need help. 9. Oh. I'll just go for information. Heck with it.
But I bet you their cell phone sounds like the classic ring.
Well, you can do that now.
Yeah.
But the and
Or smoke on
me and my
the
brother were smart enough to figure out that it is pulse anyway. So that what you could do on a rotary phone is you pick it up and you go, like if it's 215 number, you go 1 2 1 1 2 3 4 5, and it was actually faster than doing this. It's like like
Really?
yeah, it's like Morse code with a phone. But it actually would dial the phone number. Try it.
I don't know if I have it. I know I have because I was on this like.
Even if you have a
flea
phone
market
with buttons
line.
on it and it has ringtone, you like
Yeah. No, I do
dial
have
tone.
those.
Dial
Yeah.
tone, ringtone.
No, I do have old classic phones.
Yeah, so you could do that. Try it.
Yeah.
Try to call Gary that way. It'll work. You go right through. So so anyway, so we have some stuff in common. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You like Deep Purple. That's always
Yeah,
a plus.
yeah. We even though we're an original band, I have between Brian, me, and the guys, we have so much material we can't even get to because of life.
Yeah.
But we'll still put a cover on the album, not because we're out of material, just because we love it. You know, the new album we did, Wishing Well, from Free,
Okay.
Paul Rogers
Yeah.
and Simon Kirk. Brian
Yeah.
is actually opening for Bad Company in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
He works with Billy
Just like a
Stanton.
solo thing.
It's a friend of mine did an album, Billy Stanton, part of his backup band, because he did his whole album himself. So when he got the chance to do gigs, he needed guys who could play. So he could sing and focus on that. So we're gonna get to open for Bad Company. Simon actually plays on Bill's album. He's
that's cool.
in Holy,
Very
Pennsylvania.
incestuous, and we're doing the Free song. And,
Paul still sings for them.
Where's this
Okay.
Bad Company show?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara
Oh.
Falls.
See, and you wonder why I took the train here.
Jeez, oh
Where's the
man.
guys? They're everywhere.
step.
So Scranton had
Night.
company.
Scranton.
But it's pretty cool though because
Wow.
we just
Yeah.
sent them a
That's
check
really
for
sweet.
royalties for
Just like
Wishing Well, and Brian's opening for him. So we'll slap a version of King of the World in his hand. And Wishing Well's on there.
Someday I'll tell you
That's
my
security will
Niagara,
throw me out.
my Niagara Falls story. My Niagara Falls story. Wow. Ooh.
Did you go over the Falls of the Barrel?
No, but well, just real quick, I was a teenager, and I indulged in things that my parents didn't know about. But we went together for my sister's wedding. She lived in upstate New York at the time, so we were staying on the Canadian side of. I'll try to make it quick because I want you to hear you guys play. We were staying on the Canadian side of the falls, and I said I need to take a walk, right? Because I didn't have any, So I figured, well, if I walk downtown, someone's gonna look like a dealer or something. Like I can score something, And so I walk downtown, and I'm on the main drag away from the falls, like where all the stores are, all the bars are and stuff. I'm thinking, okay, this is seedy enough. There's got to be like a dealer somewhere, right? And this truck keeps passing me and coming back and forth and passing me again. And he's like, he finally slows down. He's like, hey kid, you wanna get stoned? I'm like, yeah. So I jump in this guy's truck, right? And he starts driving out into the countryside. He ends up in this parking lot. It's like an inspirational point kind of place, And we're smoking, and and he's like, so he looks at me. He's like, so, what do you want to do now? I said, well, I want to finish high school and get a job and get married. Well, I had no idea. I had no idea, right? I was like 13 or 14, and I'm like, he's like, and he looks at me really strange. He's like, wait a minute, are you straight? I'm like, no, man, I'm really stoned. Thanks a lot, bro.
Oh my
And he's
God.
like, and he gets angry, right? And he starts driving back to the falls, like fast. And I'm like, wow, what did I say? I mean, I didn't even realize it until after I got out of the truck. Because he lets me
Oh
out
my God,
at the
it's no
falls.
wonder you're alive.
He lets me out. It's a wonder I'm alive. And there's more stories like that, but that was just
no
one.
doubt.
Thanks for bringing up Niagara Falls. but I made it out alive. Nothing happened. He let me out at Niagara Falls. He goes, you better watch when you're walking home because cars are able to, jump up on the sidewalk and hit people around here. I'm like, wow, thanks for letting me know, But I was like clueless, man. Anyway,
It's all about the weed.
Yeah.
It's all about the weed, yeah.
it was, yeah. I mean,
420 in his world all the time.
I never understood it. I always had the real long hair, and I'd be walking by the high school. It's like, hey, you got any pot? No. You want some? No.
just because I have long hair.
You know?
I didn't even have long hair. I was just looking. I was like, I didn't know. I had no idea.
13.
I had no idea what this guy was all about or anything. I just was happy to walk home to the hotel with the bus. So. At any rate, Rick, I would like to hear you guys play a song. Would that be all right? Because it is called HeBe Live. After
Sure, he'd be live. What do you want to do, Brian? You want to go for a little instrumental?
Oh, blood?
Want to blow on the sand? All right.
Blood what?
Blood on the sand.
Blood
on the Sand.
This is off our first album.
This is
And
Blood
it's-
on the Sand.
We've actually never done it acoustically, so this is all an experiment. It's all fun.
Do you remember the words or it's all
The
instrumental?
words? It's instrumental.
Oh, yeah, it's
Ah.
Tonight it is.
it's Iron Maiden meets the Ventures.
Yeah.
Steve, you should be here right now, dang it.
Stevie.
All right, so here's Brian and Steve, ripped with Blood on the Sand. Nice. There's blood on the sand by Rick. And I guess Steve, you remembered some of the words.
I remembered some of the words. That's a big war song. Steve did a great job with that. Too bad he isn't here. So the hell with him.
So the hell with him.
We can do it on Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Saturday, yeah.
But yeah, we don't play it this way, so that really is fun because Brian and I, we work together.
Yeah.
We give each other space, so even if we don't rehearse it, hopefully we can get through it. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys have been playing together for a while, so
Yeah.
there's no difficulty there at least.
Yeah. There's a little different though, because that's sort of the heaviest song on the first album. Second album leans more towards metal. First album is a hard rockin' album, and that's the heaviest track on there. Very Iron Maiden and what would you say?
Oddly enough, when we were in the studio, was into like everything. I was trying to like all this fast stuff, and nothing's working. I mean, I was like, no, that's good. No, it ain't working, And the guy who's an engineer, he goes, give you an idea. He goes, Santana. And that made it click because it's more pronounced when we play live because you've got drums, two electric guitars, and bass doing everything. Where that quiet bit in the middle, it's real quiet in comparison as opposed to two acoustic guitars.
It's a little bit more dynamic when it's a full band.
Yeah.
You bring it down and then pump it back up again. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, thank you.
So now you said you've been together since, you guys have been together since the 89, 90
Yeah, Brian's been with me since the second show, and then after we imploded, after we imploded, the band has to implode before it rises. We all went on our way, and I got the itch many years later to record. I just wanted to record a couple of original songs for posterity's sake, and we wound up getting invited to be on a Motorhead tribute. So our first official release was No Class on a Motorhead tribute. Larry Wallace, who was the original guitar player for Motorhead and Pink Fairies, and for UFO, yeah, he sent us a message and encouraged us to record an album, and that was really kind of cool. It was like my first professional nudge, from a guitar player, and that was nice. And then we released a single called Ripped. It's like our Hey Hey We're the One Piece.
Right.
So I put that on a 45.
I don't think it sounds like that though, right?
No, but it's in that vibe of the Hey We're Ripped,
Yeah.
Hey We're Ripped, yeah. And then we put together a solid band because Brian and I went in and did this with a pickup drummer and no bass player. Took us years to find a bass player.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
And then when I found this great bass player, Jack France, we lost our drummer.
Bass players are like catchers for baseball teams. They're hard to come by, It's hard and it's even harder to have a really good one.
Yeah, and he could sing. I mean, this man can sing.
That helps.
He, like Timothy B. Schmidt, he's the high vocal, he's the melody guy. He's actually done stuff back in the day, not to show everybody's age, but like that was like with the Turtles management and stuff. When Flo and Eddie recorded a song once in the 70s, I can't remember the band. It was like the Ohio Express and all those bands that were interchangeable. Okay. So was some of the Turtles stuff. And he was hired to do a tour and interviews because nobody knew what anybody looked like back then with the MTV. It wasn't around yet.
Right.
So he was actually contracted to tour under that single and record. Yeah.
Video did kill the radio star.
It really did.
It did.
Now you have to be good.
That's what I said. I have a piece of
I'm way
radio.
better looking on the radio than I am in real
That's
life.
what it is. And the more you drink, the better I sound.
BYOB, peeps.
Yeah, that's it. BYOB, man. Come and eat and bring a bottle.
Yeah.
But
Not a bottle.
Right.
Yeah, no spirits.
Wine
no
or beer?
spirits.
Wine and beer.
Wine or beer. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm a beer guy.
Can't
But
be Jack with you.
we rely on our musicianship because I don't think we're going to be selling posters like Robert Plant with the bird. Remember that poster that was everywhere?
That's a good poster.
Yeah.
He was a damn good looking guy when he was young.
Yeah, well, even without
Look
his
at him
teeth.
now though, Jesus.
Yeah, he settled down.
Even without his teeth. Nobody is good looking without teeth.
No, in the
No one.
70s, Alice, Bowie, Plant, they all had rotted out, busted teeth. Their teeth looked good in 1985.
Because they had replaced.
But not in 1974.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
Mm-hmm. They were all
I see it all day.
better. If that's the
She
word.
works in a
Speed?
dentist office, so.
Oh, okay. So you can tell who's rocking.
She's seen the work.
I can, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even bother lying to the hygienist. It's like, you've been flossing? No.
Yeah,
Tell
no,
the
I
truth.
floss. I don't pause.
Yeah, but they know you're lying. Why would you lie? It's like you're in there. No, I don't.
They're like scraping shit off your teeth. Yeah. So you don't brush enough, I guess.
But they actually admitted
Here,
to me.
spit, and you spit sand out. It's like, oh my god.
I think people our age they got scared by a movie, scarred by a movie called Marathon Man.
I'm trying to remember
When
that one.
Laurence Olivier is torturing Dustin
5 minutes.
Hoffman, and he's
Oh.
like poking him in the mouth. He's got him strapped in, and he's going, "Is it safe?" But Dustin Hoffman has no idea what he's talking about, and he's poking a nerve under his like. So I was thinking,
Oh my God.
And I had a really cool dentist. I'd seen a dentist when I was 8 until I was 35. Yeah, because it was a good dentist, never hurt you. But anybody who already don't like the dentist, a lot of people don't.
I
But
hear it
that
all
must
day
have
long.
freaked them out.
Nobody
Yeah,
wants
for some
to
reason,
see
my
me.
mind goes to Little Shop of Horrors, you know?
That'll do it.
The Steve Martin dentist. He's breathing his own nitrous before he
Wait,
lets
wait,
it.
wait.
Like Dennis Hopper and
Kinda, yeah, like Dennis Hopper and Blue Velvet, kinda.
I just did this for 9 hours. I want to talk music.
Oh my God.
Because I got a question. Like, so you, like you
You wanna
said,
talk
like
shop.
Iron. Yeah, just kept on talking about that. Iron Maiden, and so are you guys like heavier? Are you like when you're
There's an
all
interesting
together?
combination here because I'm like a bluesy guy, even though
Right,
I love
yeah.
a hard rock.
Yeah.
He's the metal guy, Metal McGee here.
Yeah.
And Steve
Metal
Jasinski, the
McGee.
vocalist, used to be in Slaughterhouse. They got 2 albums on Metal Blade in
Uh-huh.
the early 90s. They were in the early thrash movement. So
Okay.
he's, and Jack, Turtles and Melody and Eagles and Poco. And Jeff, the drummer, is basically just a hard rock guy like me. And Jeff can't make it all the time. We have Charlie Tappan on drums. Charlie's playing this Saturday with us. And he's been with like John Easdale, Dramarama, done demo work with Zach Wild.
So is it like like rocket,
It's
like
like
a
hard rock.
hard rock? Yeah.
Hard rock.
You've been compared to old Aerosmith,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Skinner,
A lot of Skinner, yeah.
Foghat. Something like what song is it?
Well, he just compared you to Iron Maiden just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, but it's a soup. It's a.
Well, it's
nobody-
good because if you get people from different influences, it's going to sound just like you guys.
None of
instead
us change the
just
other
like those
at
bands.
all. What we do is add to it. All of a sudden, you come up with some hard rock and riff. Brian will put a metal lead behind it, and Jack will put a nice harmony over that. All of a sudden, you have not a clear metal, or not a clear boogie, or not a
Right.
clear. It's
Right.
ripped, and
Yeah.
it comes from everywhere, but it's original.
Well, can we hear another one?
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
what would you,
Yeah.
would you like to do? Want to do Sweets or Alice? Want to do Sweets?
Sweets, yeah, Sweets it
Do
is.
Sweets. I'll do some of the vocals, if not all.
Okay, this is a song called Sweets.
Sweet Addiction. I actually.
Sweet Addiction, okay.
Sweet Addiction. We got a new song, a song on the new album called "The Queen's a Bitch." When you were talking about the Prince being on the boardwalk, I was kind of goofing on that because we got "The Queen's a Bitch," and that's an oldie. I wrote that in the '80s, and this was written in that batch. Sweet Addiction. It's
Well, here
kids
is
don't
Sweet,
try this at home.
Sweet Addiction by Ripped on HeBe Live.
Yes. Well, I haven't slept for a couple of days. Went into work and the man was smart, I'd buy a Taylor that plays like an electric. I'm doing it on an old J45.
It sounded good. It was like, you know,
Thank you.
tappy toes.
Yeah,
It was grooving.
grooving.
I can't wait for people to hear that with a full band on Saturday
Yeah,
night.
it's that's a blues number, man, disguised as hard rock and roll.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah.
So tell us again where people can find you, other than here at HeBe Live, or at HeBe this Saturday night.
You can check out our Reverb Nation page, which is reverbnation.com/ripmj. We've got quite a few videos, song samples up there. Our entire schedule is up there. We post everything for that. We got a cool gig coming this Saturday, as you know, at HeBe.
Yep.
Next month, we're headlining Rock to Adopt in Forked River. Basically, we're raising money for
I live in Manahawk.
Yeah. So you've heard of it then, huh? So we're headlining this year with the Heftones. We're co-headlining, and that's a great cause. We do it every year now. And very excellent. It's a whole weekend. I think there's about 18 bands involved.
What, near Popcorn Park?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I was just there. Those little kitties stole $50 off me. I donated
What'd you
$50
give it?
after I saw Kitty City.
Kitty City
He
is
stole it from you though. You didn't donate it.
No, he really did climb up my leg. I swear. The cat climbed
Your
up my
leg.
leg.
A cat?
Yeah. And then I gave
At
him
least that
$50
wasn't the
for
bear.
balls.
But yeah, we do that every year. So that's June 22nd and 23rd. We're playing noon on the 23rd.
Okay.
And a wristband gets you in for the whole weekend, a box of popcorn, and free access to the zoo. You know, we're raising money for the animals and the
Cats climbing up your
associated.
legs.
It's
and
yeah.
everything.
Only if you want.
No, you gotta go into Kitty City.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta
It's
ask
a
for it.
really cool park. It's a legit zoo kind of. It's
It's
a
great.
really awesome.
Yeah.
$5 to get in on any given day, and it really is. They really do have like animals.
Yeah. Well, it's cool.
really cool.
Because my wife and I, we've always sponsored the turtles there anyway. We
I didn't see that.
benefact all year long. We give, and then when the Rock to Adopt came along, we were right on board. We're giving anyway. That's get some more people involved.
So it's Rock to
You're
Adopt.
playing it forward.
Yeah, that's it. And then we're playing with Black Dog, which is the best Zeppelin tribute out there, July
Copyright.
19th. That's at Crossroads, and we always kill with Black Dog. Brian's going to be playing to
Crossroads.
15,000 people.
Is that Bent Sound?
No, Crossroads is at Garwood.
Yeah, North
Which is
Jersey.
near
I was gonna say.
Cranford,
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, now you're going to play with Bad Company to 15,000, and you're going to come to Black Dog and us for 300.
You know what?
Because he loves music, man.
Yeah, that's it.
He doesn't that
Thanks
much.
for slumming with us, man.
We've been talking because it's the biggest gig that any of us have ever done, like the guys in the other band. And I keep thinking about Bugs Bunny cartoon, the orange monster.
Yeah.
He goes, "Can you feel your eyes on him? Their eyes on you, Doc? Out there. People!"
Well,
Well, there's
enjoy.
gonna be people here this Saturday
Enjoy
because you
Saturday
guys
night.
got a good show going on.
Yeah.
Saturday night, come back to see Rip. We want to thank you guys, Brian and Steve, for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having
And
us.
tell Jack, Jeff, and Steve they need to come next time, or at least Saturday night.
Absolutely.
Actually, Jeff's going to be somebody else.
Charlie's going to be
Charlie
following on
instead
drums
of
this
Jeff.
week, and he's fantastic too.
Alright.
He actually did half
Well,
the new
I think we'll
album.
pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we'll
no,
pay him.
Zach Wild gave him a V for like doing demo work. Just gave him a flying V.
Flying V, and it
Yeah.
plays
And
like-
you should actually bring that Saturday.
Well, speaking of paying stuff, we got to pay some bills, so
Thanks for having us.
thanks for having,
Thank you.
thanks for
Thank
being
you.
on, Rip. And next up is Wooden Hez.